Okay, so in the last 4-5 lectures, we have discussed the analog filter design, especially how to design a low pass filter from the given specifications. Now that is not the end of the story, right? So with the low pass filter, you have to somehow convert to high pass filter or band pass filter or band stop filter. Okay, so now let us see how to convert this low pass filter or transform this low pass filter into some other analog filters. Therefore, what we wish to do is to transform a normalized low pass filter. Okay, so when I say normalized, what I mean is cutoff frequency is equal to 1 radian per second. Okay, so normalized low pass filter into other kinds of filters. When I say other kinds of filters, what I mean is high pass filter, then band pass filter, and then band stop filter. In fact, I can convert a normalized low pass filter into a low pass filter, okay, where the cutoff frequency is not 1 radian per second, something else, omega p. Okay, of course, when I say normalized, the magnitude is always normalized. Okay, the magnitude is always equal to 1. Okay, so when I say normalization, here the normalization is with respect to frequency, and this magnitude normalization is implicit. Okay, so normalization with respect to magnitude, of course we do. Okay, not only this low pass filter but also all other filters we will do this normalization. Okay, we always do irrespective of analog or digital, whatever it is. Okay, now in this lecture and the following couple of lectures, we will discuss how to transform a normalized low pass filter into other kinds of filters. Okay, so let me draw a figure. So this is my pass band, and the x-axis is frequency in radian per second, y-axis magnitude, HA of j omega magnitude, and this point is 1. Okay, so the amplitude is normalized to 1, and this is delta p, and this one is delta s, and this is omega p and omega s, where omega p is equal to 1 radian per second. Okay, we normalize the cutoff frequency. In fact, I don't call it omega p, let me call it omega c equal to 1. Okay, so this is what we mean by a normalized low pass filter. So normalized low pass filter has a cutoff frequency of 1 radian per second. That's what we mean by normalization. This cutoff frequency could be a 3 dB frequency for a Butterworth, or it could be 1 dB frequency for a Butterworth, right? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Or even if it is very tight specifications, then it could be 0.5 dB, whatever it is. Okay, so whatever it is, our pass band is specified from 0 to 1. This point is 0 and this point is 1. Okay, so therefore our omega is equal to 0 to omega equal to 1 radian per second. We want to transform this normalized filter into other kinds of filter. Let me call in short form OKF, other kinds of filter. Okay, for example, if we wish to transform the normalized low pass filter to another low pass filter whose cutoff frequency is omega p. Okay, instead of omega p equal to 1 radian per second, then what you do is you simply substitute small s by small s divided by omega p. That's it. Okay, so it's a very simple substitution. So fortunately in low pass to low pass we can keep the variables the same, that is small s, and here also small s in the transfer function. Okay, and divided by omega p. That's it. So this is a transformation that you employ to transform a given low pass filter, given normalized low pass filter into a low pass filter. Okay, so originally your low pass filter is like this. This is 1 radian per second, right? This you are transforming to omega s. This is delta s, delta p 1. You transformed into, and this is omega p. This omega p is not equal to 1, and this is omega s prime. Let me call omega s prime. Okay, and rest of the things are same. Okay, so there is no change in delta p and no change in the stop band attenuation. Okay, you are not supposed to touch the delta p and delta s. If you over satisfy, okay, well and good, no problem. But the only change is you are transforming this 1 radian per second to omega p, where omega p is not equal to 1. And this omega s you are transforming to some other frequency. That's it. So this is normalized low pass filter into a low pass filter. That's it. So how do you do this? Here your transfer function is in terms of s, small s. Wherever you see s, that s is replaced by s by omega p. That's it. Very simple transformation. Okay, so if I convert this to omega p radians per second, then obviously this stop band will start from omega s multiplied by omega p. So therefore this point is omega p multiplied by s. Okay, and this is frequency denormalization. Okay, this process is called frequency denormalization. So what I want to convert is a normalized low pass filter to denormalized other kinds of filter, OKF. Okay, so I want to design an actual filter with the actual specifications starting from a normalized low pass filter. So the starting point is always a low pass filter, but always a normalized low pass filter. But in practice we don't use normalized low pass filter, right? So based on the customer requirement we need to design a filter. So therefore we start from normalized low pass filter and then convert this normalized low pass filter to denormalized low pass filter or what other kinds of filter, whatever it is. Okay, therefore first we have to see how a normalized low pass filter can be transformed to a denormalized other kind of filter. And in order to keep the signals tractable, we will use capital S, otherwise you will get a confusion. Okay, so let me use capital S for normalized low pass filter, and let me use small letters for denormalized low pass filter or high pass filter or whatever it is. Okay, so this is a nomenclature that we will use it now. Okay, therefore capital S as the complex frequency variable, for the normalized low pass filter, and the small s is the complex frequency variable for the denormalized other kinds of filter. Okay, so please distinguish between capital S and small s. So normalized low pass filter would be capital S, and denormalized other kinds of filter would be small s. So this is the terminology that we will use. So let me write down one more time. so that it will get imprinted in your mind. Normalized low pass filter, so where we use capital S, and denormalized other kinds of filter where we use small s. So this is a nomenclature that we will use it, or notation that we will use it. Instead of calling nomenclature, it is appropriate to call notation. And therefore, if we go from normalized low pass filter to denormalized low pass filter, then we will replace capital S by small s divided by omega p. That's it. Okay, that's all we will do to convert this process. Okay, for example, let us take a first order Butterworth filter or a Chebyshev filter, doesn't matter. Okay, so in first order only one kind of filter is possible. Okay, so let us denote 1 divided by capital S plus 1. And this filter having a cutoff frequency omega c, which is equal to 1 radian per second. Okay, and this is 3 dB frequency. And if we want a cutoff of omega p radians per second, then the denormalized low pass filter would be, let me use some other color, 1 divided by this capital S is replaced by small s by omega p plus 1, which is omega p divided by s plus omega p. That's it. Indeed, it is a first order filter with a cutoff frequency at omega p. See, in the normalized filter it is first order. After you convert into denormalized other kind of filter or denormalized low pass filter, again this is going to be first order. Okay, so there is no change in order. So that's what I want to emphasize here. Okay, so that's all you will do to transform a given normalized low pass filter into denormalized low pass filter. Now next, let us discuss the normalized low pass filter to denormalized high pass filter. Okay, HPF. In this case, the things are not that simple. What you when you go to other kinds of filter. For example, let us consider from normalized low pass filter to, we are considering normalized low pass filter to denormalized low pass filter. Okay, see, when you want to convert normalized LPF to denormalized low LPF, then the things are very simple, but the things are not that simple when you go to other kinds of filter. For example, when you go from normalized low pass filter to denormalized high pass filter, then you need to work a little higher. Okay, then in this case you take capital S in the normalized low pass filter. Okay, this capital S has to be replaced by omega p divided by small s. Okay, so this is the transformation. Now what is the justification of this transformation? See, we can see capital S, that capital S is equal to omega p divided by small s, right? So capital S equal to omega p divided by small s. Now when capital S equal to 0, then this corresponds to capital S equal to 0 corresponds to small s equal to infinity, isn't it? Therefore, in other words, whatever you have the response at the 0 frequency, that will occur at infinite frequency. See, at 0 frequency I have the magnitude of 1. Now the same kind of thing occurs at the frequency infinity. Now the magnitude is 1 at the frequency of infinity. Okay, so therefore I can say in terms of, like, in other words, a low pass filter has gone into a high pass filter. Not only that, capital S equal to plus J 1. Okay, then this goes to small s is equal to minus j omega p. Okay, now if this is the cutoff frequency 1 radian per second, right, then in the high pass filter the cutoff frequency is omega p. Okay, and this 1 is the cutoff frequency of normalized low pass filter. But what about this guy? This guy is the cutoff frequency of denormalized high pass filter. So the cutoff frequency also transformed, and the nature of the filter itself has been changed. Okay, so that's it. Similarly, when capital S equal to minus j1, then this is transformed to small s is equal to plus j1 j omega p. That's it. Okay, so you see the magnitude characteristic is even if you plot. Okay, for negative frequencies you will get the even. Therefore it doesn't matter, okay, whether you take minus j omega 1 or plus j omega 1, then it doesn't matter because the magnitude characteristic is even. So when capital S equal to plus j1 leads to small s equal to minus j omega p, which means that the cutoff frequency is omega p. Okay, and it is now a high pass filter. So capital S equal to infinity, let's say, see, if you take this low pass filter, this is omega. When omega goes to infinity, what is the magnitude here? 0. Okay, in the stop band the magnitude is 0. So let us see how things will change now. When capital S equal to infinity, then this transforms to small s equal to how much? 0. Wonderful, right? See, you have the low pass filter like this. This is 1 radian and this is infinity, frequency is infinity, and here the magnitude is 0. So this is my normalized low pass filter, and here the magnitude is 1. Now this is transformed into a high pass filter like this, like this. This is omega and the frequency is infinity. I don't know, okay, in fact it goes like this. It goes like this. Okay, it goes up to infinity. So here the magnitude is 1. When omega equal to 0, the magnitude is 1. So that is transformed to like this. And here when capital S equal to infinity, that is transformed to here small s equal to 0, and here the magnitude is 0. See, wonderfully you are converted the normalized low pass filter into a denormalized high pass filter. Okay, and therefore we have simply flipped over. Okay, so this is omega p and this omega p is our pivot. Okay, so with that pivot we have flipped over the characteristic. Okay, so that's how you transform the normalized low pass filter into a high pass filter, denormalized high pass filter. Now let us take an example. Again, to make our life simple, let me consider the first order normalized low pass filter. So 1 divided by capital S plus 1. Now what is the transformation? Capital S equal to omega p divided by S. So this is transformed into 1 divided by, you replace this S by omega p divided by small s plus 1. So this is S divided by S plus omega p. That's it. Therefore this is obviously denormalized high pass filter with the cutoff frequency omega p. Okay, see, I am doing it from various angles so that you are convinced that this transformation is indeed correct. Okay, when I say capital S equal to plus J1 1 radian per second, then this is transformed to S equal to minus J omega p. When capital S equal to minus J1, then this is transformed to S equal to plus J omega p. So the positive frequencies here go to negative frequency, and here the negative frequency would go to positive frequency. Okay, it is a matter of it is not a matter of concern. Why? Because if capital S is equal to if capital S equal to plus J gives small s equal to minus J omega p. If capital S equal to minus J, then small s equal to plus J omega p. Therefore, capital S equal to minus J1 gives to positive frequencies. So all we are interested in is the magnitude characteristic, that is the frequencies from 0 to infinity, right? So we are interested in the magnitude characteristic from 0 to infinity, so that the corresponding frequency, positive or negative, I know the other one must also be there. So I am interested in from 0 to infinity. Okay, and this is magnitude. Okay, once I know 0 to infinity, then I will be automatically know what is happening in the negative frequency also. Okay, that's all about the transformation of high pass filter. Okay, transformation from normalized low pass filter to denormalized high pass filter. Okay, so let me stop at this point. In the next lecture, we will consider how to transform a normalized low pass filter into denormalized band pass filter, and then followed by this we will discuss denormalized band stop filter. Okay, so let me stop here. Thank you very much.